We are talking with John Ryan from JohnRyanSports.com and Scott Kellen from SixCentSports.com, previewing NFL Week 10 here on the NFL Experts Roundtable on SBR TV. Scott, let's get to the game that you want to talk about. That's New England at the Jets. Now, you've had a very good read on the Jets in these shows all year. New England now, of course, they've lost 2 in a row, and a great betting angle that people love to talk about over in recent years has been betting New England off of a loss. But now they've lost 2 in a row, and I think they haven't actually lost 3 in a row since 2002 or something, and a big part of that is just their secondary, with their pass defense is just looking very, very weak. The Jets receivers have been pretty impressive. They bailed Mark Sanchez out of a bunch of bad passes last week. The Jets are just a 1-point home favorite. Who do you like in this game?
I like the Jets, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a lot of respect for New England. I don't think they're that great. I mean, they're obviously a good team, but I don't think they're an elite team right now. And I think the last 6 weeks I've gone against them 4 times, winning 3 of those, losing 1. The one I lost was against the Jets when they, I think, kicked a field goal late in the game to cover that number. I went against the Jets last week at Buffalo and lost, but I think the Jets are a pretty good team here, and they played pretty well at home. And they played New England pretty well at home since Rex Ryan got there. They've won the last 2 years in their home game. They obviously know they can beat them. They went on the road in the playoffs and beat them last year. I thought they played them pretty competitively in the first game at New England this year. Obviously, the Jets' offense has been below average this year, but the New England defense is also below average, so I think those two kind of balance out. And we know the New England offense has been pretty good, but the Jets' defense is obviously very good, and I think there's a balancing effect there as well. And interestingly enough, if you look at New England, I think they scored 38 points in Week 1 at Miami, and up until last week, they had scored less points every single week. Up to 2 weeks ago, where they scored 17 points. Last week, I think they had 20, so they went over that a little bit. But for whatever reason, the offense is declining here. They're going to face a very good defense and a very hot team in the Jets, laying less than a field goal. I like the spot with the Jets. And the fact that New England has lost a couple games right now and are on the road, that puts them in a situation that's 35-10-2 that plays against teams coming off 2 losses as a favorite. It's not a good situation to be in. And I make the line on this game about a 5.5-point favorite, 5-point favorite. So I got some value on the Jets with the system. They played well historically here with Rex Ryan against New England. I think the Jets are the play.
All right, yeah, the New England awesomeness might be a thing of the past, and the betting public might not be fully caught up with that. John Ryan, what do you think? You think the Jets are a good bet here?
I'm actually on New England, and I think we've seen this cycle before, probably going back to 2000, actually. There's always that point of the season where New England starts to show cracks in the armor, and right away we're quick to point them out. But I think the cycle is that when New England is starting to fall out of public favor, which clearly they are now, and they rank 32nd in pass defense, and there's good reason to go against them and start fading them, that's when they start playing their best football. And they're still a good team, meaning that you can take the stats and the rankings and throw them out the window. When they need to play well, that's one team you can count on to really bring the load. The one thing I might point out, too, the Jets, I think the offense is vastly overrated. The rushing offense ranks 24th in the NFL, 97 yards per game. Passing offense, 210 yards per game, 22nd in the league. That's arguably going up against the worst passing defense, yet the Patriots rank 9th against the run.